Hey folks, David Stewart here. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Saturday. It's the 15th of July. We're halfway through July. Is it midsummer? I think midsummer is actually the end of July, technically. So, anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day. Sorry I didn't stream on Wednesday, which I'm trying to make my normal time, but had a lot of stuff going on with the family that, doesn't easily resolve right away. And that was the death of my grandmother. She would be 97 in a couple of weeks. So she got sick over the weekend and died on Tuesday. So that is what happened. Her kids were with her. She had been in memory care because she's had, we don't know what kind of dementia exactly, maybe vascular dementia. But she had a couple of good, really clear days. Remembered the names of her great-grandchildren, which was nice. Couldn't remember the name of my wife, apparently, but that's okay. When someone has something like dementia, where their mental faculties kind of slowly degrade over time, it's a very interesting and challenging experience. And the reason it's challenging is that most of our perspective on ourselves tends to be directed towards our thoughts and memories and our general state of consciousness. We tend to equate our identity and us with our experiences in the past, how we recall them, how we bring them up, and how that creates our personality. That's what we tend to think of as who we are as individuals. So when somebody has dementia, it's kind of like that person slowly disappears, if that makes any sense. They forget the experiences that formed them, formed their personality. You may have personality changes. People with dementia often will get a couple of personality changes. They often become more irritable or angry, short of temper. And part of that is that they can't remember where they are. They get confused. And if you ever get frustrated when you get confused, you can imagine what it's like to be confused a lot, to suddenly not quite realize where you are or not know who's talking to you. Your memories, especially with like my grandma, the more recent memories were the ones that started to go. So she would get confused as to who people were because she didn't remember their ages. So she remembered like my Uncle Larry being a young man. Didn't think of him in his late 60s, right? So that's a thing where like, wait, are you this person? I remember you looking totally different. She would maybe sometimes get confused if someone else came in with longer hair or beard. She thought it was either my Uncle Larry or me, and would get angry that person. She's like, that person's here to see me. That was a thing. So you had things like that. But it's I think it's interesting to think about. Because of that modern perspective where we are really focused on our consciousness as being the entirety of our humanity and aren't really thinking of our bodies or the spiritual knowledge that's kind of built into being a person. The fact that a person with dementia still knows what a tree is indicates, at least from a Thomistic point of view, that they still have spiritual knowledge and they're still human, they're still fully a person, even if their brain is not working correctly to bring up the recollections and memories that they would use to judge the current environment that they happen to be in. That's really what memory is there for. We bring up our recollections, we bring up our memories in order to make decisions in the present. And as that starts to fail, it gets harder to make decisions in the present. And that's where a lot of the confusion and anger and some of the personality changes come from. I think in some cases, personality changes happen because we are always managing our own personality outwardly, or at least how we direct it towards other people. We're controlling ourselves. We think about what we're going to say before we say it. Whereas when we start to lose our memories, the things that we say maybe become more automatic. You can say things that are rude. If you've ever been with an older person who's starting to become senile, they may say rude things because they tend to just they tend to lose that filter. They're not actively bringing up as many recollections to help them manage like their current environment and figure out what they're supposed to do or what they're supposed to say, those sorts of things. So that was, a very interesting experience, and it informs a lot of my thoughts on, transhumanism and what I would call like modern Gnostic thought. I've talked a lot about it on this channel. The thought that the self is the consciousness, that the self is not the body, and that if we can somehow transfer our consciousness into a more robust receptacle, then we would gain immortality, because we think of ourselves as being, our brain working, right? And so if you end up with this weird kind of transhuman Gnosticism, you get it expressed. I talked about it with the cyberpunk videos. You get it expressed in a lot of different ways, but it starts with a viewing of the person as being an entirely like material being, and spiritual knowledge as not being a thing, right? So we are our brains. You maybe have heard people say this. Well, I'm a brain. No, you're not a brain. Your brain is something that you use, and they use this idea that like we're just our brains, or they don't believe in an immortal soul, for instance, to think, well, if we could somehow transfer what we are in the brain into a computer, then that would be effectively achieving immortality. And I thought it was so interesting in Cyberpunk, Cyberpunk 2077, that they actually addressed this head on, but I think most people missed the point, and that's why I made a video about it. Was the engram of Johnny's old girlfriend, right? The AI, it was just using parts of her personality to define herself, and she wasn't that person. I'm trying to remember her name, Val or something. I don't remember. And then Johnny basically came to the conclusion that Johnny is dead, and I'm not actually Johnny. I'm you imagining Johnny, because of this imprint of Johnny's memories, like this record of Johnny. It's an echo of Johnny. So it's pretty rare that you have these things actually take it on from that perspective of like, no, sorry, when you transfer your consciousness into a computer, that's actually not you at all. If it's alive, it's not you, because you are your body. And this, again, like thinking of dementia, this goes back to our belief about the self being consciousness and then a brain, versus a more classical view of the soul and the body, the anima. The soul is what makes you you. It's what animates you. It's what gives you life. And so when you're dead, that is, you're missing your animation. You're missing your soul. Your soul has departed, our dearly departed. The you that you are is not somehow located in, a network of neurons that defines you. You are your motion, your activeness in the world, your body, and your body is the way that you do that. You're not your body is not like a flesh puppet, right? Your soul is in every part of your body because it animates every part of your body. Your body's not a machine that your magical spirit is walking around like a puppet, and when you die, your spirit can go up to another realm. That was a kind of a popular Gnostic belief, and I think it remains one. And it was actually a belief that like continued to pop up over the ages. If you look at something like Catharism, which was a medieval Gnostic heresy that the church actually had a very hard time stamping out because it had taken such a deep root in parts of France. But we stop and think about like what's the wholeness of a person. Just because a person's organs have diminished function, including the brain, doesn't mean they're any less of a person. And it also doesn't mean they're any less of themselves, although it may seem that way because we tend to think of other people as their personality, their actions, they're a predictable mode of operation for that human being. But sometimes you can notice with people who have dementia that you find things that are a little bit different that you didn't know about, or you're looking at a diminished capacity for the person, but the person is still there. Her personality is still there. The things that excite her are still there. I remember my grandmother playing with my grandchildren, or not my grandchildren, my children, her great-grandchildren, and, really enjoying that. And you get to see this kind of slice of her, how much she enjoyed her own children, that you probably wouldn't get if you were just hanging around with her and her adult children. You wouldn't understand how much she liked babies, and toddlers. I remember when she first met my son, she got down on the floor and played with him. This at the time she was like 88 or 89, 89-year-old woman getting down on the floor to play with this baby. It's really, really something different. People are like, well, I can't believe she did that. It's like, well, she loves kids, but the last time she had a little kid around was her grandson Jack, who I think just turned 18. So it'd been a couple of years, right? Have you a follow on Twitter? Yes, I have a Twitter. It's at David V. Stewart. Twitter.com/David V. Stewart is me on Twitter. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share about, was that little bit, and just a memory of what it's like to deal with people who maybe have dementia or who have other kinds of limitations with their ability to operate. If you've ever known someone who had a brain injury, right? Like I've known people who had severe brain injuries and had difficulty speaking or communicating. I've had students that had brain injuries that lost control of their, lost the ability to speak maybe for a while and kind of had to relearn that. If we take an entirely like you are your consciousness view of the self, then that actually dehumanizes a lot of people. And it's a very dangerous perspective to have. But I realize that perspective can also be used to justify a lot of other ethical atrocities. It's one of the things when you're debating controversial issues such as abortion or something like that. The question of what makes a person starts to come up. And if you get this line of questioning, then basically babies are not people. And you will have people that have argued that it's okay to, born babies, that it's okay to, basically do what the ancients would do, is like if it was an unwanted child, expose it to the elements and kill it because it didn't really count as a person. As horrible as that sounds, we can use those same justifications to say like it's okay to euthanize disabled people and things like that, especially people who have brain injuries or other kinds of issues where they can't think or communicate properly. They're somehow lower forms of life. They're not people because they are not expressing a perfect consciousness the way that an intelligent person would. That's really dangerous territory, but I've seen people argue from it multiple times. So anyway, thought I'd share that. Let's play a game. I'm going to play Final Fantasy 15. And maybe we'll finish it today. I actually don't know how far we can get going here. So let me find our... There it is. Oh, there I am. Oh, what would happen if ants gained human sentience? Okay, so let's look at the word sentient. Sentient means feeling. So like mice are actually sentient. Sapient is what we're probably thinking of, which means wise. Like, what if they gained the wisdom of people? Right. So what if ants gained the wisdom of people? I don't know. I don't think they could. I think the wisdom of people is something actually special. If you have followed, any kind of, especially Thomism, right? Any kind of older philosophy, classic philosophy, humans are special creatures because they have spiritual knowledge. They're able to identify categories, whereas, animals don't really have that. Animals know what a tree is, but they can't identify new trees as trees, right? Chimpanzees get confused with mirrors still, things like that, because of just a difference in the way that they are, a difference in the way that they're able to think and comprehend reality. But ants are interesting because with an individual ant isn't alive in the way that a dog is alive. In the sense that it is moving and it is growing, but it can't reproduce. Only the queen reproduces, and she reproduces with drones. So really, it's the entire ant colony that's the living organism. And the individual ant is more like a cell in a body. It's something between an individual living creature and a completely unified body with differentiated tissue. You have differentiated ants. You have soldier ants, worker ants, queen ants, drones. And that differentiation of those different kinds of insects allows the colony to reproduce rather than an individual ant. An individual ant has no, or only has value to the colony in so much as it's doing work to create the reproductive capacity of the colony. It itself doesn't reproduce. So it's an interesting thing to think about. What if ants were sapient? Well, let's look at our society. Our society is full of, in lots of ways, sapient ants. So we'll push this definition to the next level, I guess, before we play a game here. We all do different things, right? I'm streaming and I write books, and that's a task, right? And I play music, or, might do something else like drive a forklift, right? So you have guys who drive forklifts and guys who drive trucks. And they're both doing a job that contributes to the survival of the entire species or to the society. So where's the organism? Is it here? Is it me as an individual? Or is it the entire society with all its many differentiated workers who do different things, who know different things, who act in different ways in order to allow the society to grow and thrive? So if you're thinking about organizational level, you have a body with lots of different kinds of cells that are very differentiated. They're organized into a body that supports the life and the animus of the entire body. In that same way, individuals in a society are organized and differentiated in a way that supports the life of the entire society. And humans are also very unique because we tend to define like biological life as like it reproduces. Well, we can't reproduce by ourselves. We actually have to pair up to reproduce. So no individual has the capacity to reproduce all by himself. Rather, he must be interacting with a woman to reproduce, likewise a woman. So, we have to be interacting with each other in order for life to continue, which is interesting to think about when you stop and think about, is the organism just us, or is there another superorganism, our society, our species over the entire globe? And globalism is really unifying all of these different creatures into one amalgam of creature, right? One giant ant colony, if you will. Protagonist was a sapient cat in a recent sci-fi book. I'm pretty sure that's been done before, too. Most of the time with anthropomorphic animals, it's like you create their sapience for the sake of the book. Even if they're a pet cat, you give it sapience, like with Bunnicula, in order to have it be a character in the book, rather than having it be like a sci-fi point. What if the cat actually could talk? What if it actually was sapient? Then wouldn't that be interesting? Wouldn't that change a lot of our perspectives? Yeah, it could be an interesting story, So, anyway, so that's my thoughts on that. Let's play a game. Get this over here. Up. And here we go. Should be going. I'm actually going to move this over here. And we're going to turn down this light. Oh, another fun thing. Another reason that it was hard to stream the other day. I thought my audio interface died. My recording interface, my microphone and all that stuff. Turns out it didn't die. But the power supply was bad. So I'm very glad that I bought a new power supply for it, and I'm back on track. I also have a backup. I don't know where I put it. It's around here. I was going to do a review on it. So it's always good to have a backup, some way to keep the things going when something breaks. But I was not looking forward to having to buy another recording interface for money. I paid a lot of money for this. I think a new one's around $400 for what I have. I have a Scarlett 18i8, in case anyone is wondering. All right. All right, where were we? $36. I think it's this one. All right. Uplifted cat fiction. I like the sound of that. We gave the cat a brain box. They did that on Rick and Morty, right? He made the dog sapient, and the dogs took over the Earth, and got upset that they had had their testicles removed and stuff like that. Where are my testicles, Jerry? Like the weird things we do to animals. Interesting thought. This game really does look good. Where is our map? Where do I need to go? I have a couple of quests here. I guess that is where I need to go. We'll go that way. In this ruinous city. We need to go down. To that thing? I don't know. Let's go. Music's pretty good too. Let me check the sound levels real quick. Make sure these are not like blowing up the stream. There we go. Alright, looks pretty good. It's alright. I think there's a lot of good things. I think there's a lot of things to like about Rick and Morty, believe it or not. I don't know. It's pretty popular to hate on Rick and Morty, but I think it's pretty clever with lots of the things that it does. At least for the first few seasons. I think like a lot of shows, I don't remember when I stopped watching it. Felt like the quality was dropping off. They just weren't nailing the stories as well as they used to. Look at this fallen building. I don't think you'd be able to have that. It actually looks kind of cheap.
The system levels of your mat. I can be the system too.
Trying to remember how to play. Oh, that's why. Don't have the sword equipped. Here we go. I'm starting to remember how to play, I think. There we go. What are these guys? Salphinxes? Alright. Kill him, Gladio. There we go. I got all A's for that awful job. I noticed you get better ratings by like being worse at the game. I feel like if you just like completely trash enemies, you get like D's in finesse. The book was Morte by Robert Rapino. Cool. Yeah, it did have the first two seasons did have like a bittersweet vibe to them. Slowly remembering my controls here. Oh yeah, we got one more of these like beat a boss little quests here. Up, up, up the stairs we go. It's like dodging me. Hey, I think this guy looks like Jack from Final Fantasy Origin.
You made it.
From Stranger Paradise.
Ready to go? Good. The Empire is using this facility to store their arsenal.
Sounds like an important tactical target.
What's our plan? We charge into the front gates. Pretty cut and dry.
Just the way I like it.
I have not watched Primal. No. I barely watch any shows or TV at all. It's not something that goes well with my limited amount of time. Down a little bit. He's burning me. Let's use a potion. Oh, he stopped me. Stop Prompto. Let's use a potion on Prompto. Alright. See, D finesse. Like, come on. You wrecked it too much, so no finesse for you. You get a D for being too good at the game. I only watch anime now. The problem is, like, anime, I don't know, most anime, it's just like, watch this. It's like, it's boring. It's the best way I can describe it. It's like, it's just the same, it's like the same setups I've seen a million times before. Oh no, I aggroed him. Oh, wait, there's some like there's some troopers here. Alright, we got both those guys. There you go. See what that does. Not much. Apparently I can't. He's in danger. What can I use here? Oh no, he's okay. Never mind. Apparently I can suck the HP out of the robots, which is cool. Alright, let's help out Ignis here. It's a fun game. You know, it really grew on me, I would say. Once I kind of got over the weird aesthetic of, like, modern world, but Final Fantasy. Yeah, we got this guy. It's a cool looking mech, though. Oh, there's still something alive out here. What is it? Oh, there's a guy up there. There's a guy up there. Not anymore. That D finesse.
Well, that takes care of the bases.
So you think the Glaive will be able to handle things from here?
With the head start you've given them, they'll be fine.
And once they're done, insomnia will be ours once more.
All right. Okay. Let's see here. Quests. Adventure from Another World. There's the Final Fantasy 14 crossover. It's cool. There's a crossover with Terra Battle. This one, Close Encounters of the Terra Kind. But Terra Battle has been off of the... you know, you can't play it. You've been unable to play it for... years at this point, I think. I'm not sure if we should just move on. What level am I? Level 52. Yeah, I think we can just move on. I don't think we have to do like every quest. But these are like the last quests of the game, I think. So I kind of want to do them. Alright, this is like return. Let's do... We need Glaive out of time. Alright, we'll do that one. This is taking... Is this taking pictures? I think you walk around and take pictures. So, whatever. No big deal. You can walk around Insomnia and see the sights. I don't know why we need to be taking pictures at a time like this, but okay. That's the quest. Let's go right to left and see if we can get over to that one. Uh-oh. Something happening here. Well, something came out of a portal.
What kind of interdimensional nonsense is this?
Bad interdimensional nonsense, I'd say.
Man forges a weapon to fell the gods. Omega. The weapon knows nothing of compassion, only destruction.
Oh, I think I stumbled into a boss fight here. Any thoughts on the Rider Strike? I've given a couple thoughts. I'll give them in a minute.
Might knows no equal. The wise dare not cross its path lest they meet their end.
So the demands of the Riders Guild are fairly straightforward. It's level 119. I don't think we're going to be able to do this. This is... Are we going to be able to kill Omega Weapon? I don't think so. I don't think this is going to happen. I mean, we can always try. Let's save the game. We try it. I mean, we'll try. I don't, you know, I don't think 119. 119 seems a bit much. I think that's maybe like a post-game kind of fight. I don't think you need to be that high a level to finish this game. Just saying. I'm gonna walk around here.
Demons on the prowl.
I'm just gonna run past them. Can I run past them?
We got a good thing going here.
Or do I have to kill them?
Show them the power of teamwork.
I don't really need the XP, I think. Let's just go past these guys. Come on. We don't need to kill them. There's a Naga thing. Little boss here. We could fight that boss or skip it. I think we're leaning towards skip it.
Got a tough one on our hands.
Well, I don't think we can, maybe.
All in bullet time, baby. I'm impressed. Don't worry. Gladio. Nice work, Gladio.
Oops. There we go. Prompto, you keep getting your butt kicked. So here's the thing about the Rider Strike. Is like they make very reasonable demands, but they're very bad at their jobs. So the tendency for me is to just say I don't really care if they get money or if it lasts forever. Because they're so bad at what they do, there's really no reason for me to care at all. Oh, I got turned into a toad. I can't even potion because I'm a toad. Can I do like any toad? Maiden's Kiss. There we go. And then we can potion. I get B for finesse whenever I do a bad job.
Impressive.
That's how it works. Yeah. So here's the thing about like the writer's strike. The writers are demanding pretty reasonable things. I don't support them though because they hate me and want me dead, right? So what do I care how they do? And they're frankly just bad at their job. So it's really not like we're missing out on anything. Like, are we missing out on good shows? Like, I see their little signs like, you're not going to have any good shows without the writers. I'm like, we don't have any good shows right now. What are you talking about? You know? These are the people who wrote the Witcher series. It's like, in fact, I mean, it's like, not only do I think they shouldn't get money, I think they should probably be whipped publicly. It'd be a good start. I'll consider your demands once you subject yourself to like public humiliation for doing such a bad job. You know, why do you care about like the payment of somebody who got a job because it's a family business? I don't know. I don't care at all about them. Let's just use all the lightning. It's strong spells. We have some treasures. Dual cast, tri-cast. What? Can we get more than 3 casts out of something here? Podcast. There we go. Press that lightning. Okay. Take our photo. Okay. Rather difficult to take the photo. Snappy picture. What should we take a picture of? Destruction.
This picture perfect.
Hard to believe everything got destroyed so soon after we left town. That ceremony must have been a real mess.
Lady Lunafreya was lucky to escape to the chaos of her life. My dad sent her on a mission that day, all for my sake. I can't let their sacrifices go to waste.
Apparently there's a bed here. Oh, you gotta go down. You gotta go underneath. I see. What does this guy have to say?
Is something the matter? You look lost. Shall I escort you back to the shelter?
Oh, I can travel back to the... Yeah, let's go. This is on PC. This is the PC version. I'm streaming in 1080, but the game is running in 4K, and it actually looks pretty good in 4K, I must say. The limitations are really in like the models themselves, if you'll believe that. So like, how should I put this? You'll see that the buildings are actually like hollow, like the destroyed buildings and stuff like that. You know, are basically like little hollow things. And don't really do much. You know, there's not quite as much detail as you might expect. But it's very sharp. Here, we can probably stay.
And I need to come up with a plan. If it please, Your Highness.
What specs for PC? This is running on a 3080. So RTX 3080. What's the processor? I don't remember what processor. It's good. 8-core processor? I don't remember. Oh, I have the... Here's the motherboard box. I had it out because I put another hard drive in. Z690. With 64 gigs of RAM, I think. Maybe, yeah, I think 64 gigs. Did I only put 64 gigs in? I thought maybe I put 128 in. Maybe not. Save that one. That's a good one. Got a good shot of a mech. I like the little critter in the background there. Most of these are not good. 10 gigabytes, 12 gig 3080.
Ready to go.
I got the big boy. It's good little music here. And some more potions. Why not? More fire. Is there more lightning? I don't see it, but okay.
I would join you boys, but I have some other business I need to attend to. The rest is up to you.
Don't worry. We won't let you down.
Quests. Oh, there's a, you have to like walk around. There's like a, how do I turn in this quest? eBay's telling me something. Wait.
I would join you.
Oh, that's
boys,
core. I need
but
to
have
talk
some
to
other business I need to
Yosef's
attend to.
upstairs.
The rest is up to you.
Don't worry. We won't let you down.
Okay, that's why. An upstairs and a downstairs.
Hey, how goes the reconnaissance work? I can't wait to see what kind of photos you bring back.
Wish it could display like all quest markers on the map at once. Make things a little more efficient, like World of Warcraft or something, you know?
Thanks to you boys, we're that much closer to making Insomnia Imperial free for good. You can leave the stragglers to us. We'll take back our home.
Final Fantasy XII is great. I think it's actually one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. So, yeah, overall I think it's pretty good. I don't know, should we head to the Citadel and see how far we can get here? Walking around taking pictures seems not very fun. Where's this one? Actually, I saw some more magic upstairs. Might as well grab it. Yeah, taking pictures doesn't seem like a very fun quest, and I don't need a lot of XP. If you know how to manage like the XP of this game, it's kind of interesting because you can level up a lot by like saving up your XP and then resting in a really expensive inn, which is what I did. So I think I ended up a little bit over leveled, so I didn't have to like, I don't really have to do these quests, I don't think. I need a key to unlock the gates. All right, how do I get out of here? So how do I get out of here and go to the next place? There we go.
Did you manage to meet up with the Glaive? They aren't terribly talkative, but their prowess in it.
Oh, this is the way out. Okay. Get some fire. These are supposed to be flying eyeball creatures. Oh, he killed it. There we go. Killed those guys. Alright. No, that's not the way we want to go. Is it this way? Key. How do I get out of here? How do I get to the next place? Play-Doh shadow puppets, but terrible. Like, there's nothing down here, I don't think. Well, there's some critters, but there's like no way out.
No room for error. You got this. Of course. That's the way. We're done here. We needn't waste more time. Glad that's over. Indeed. No time to waste.
But of course, Your Highness.
Oh, I think you can get out this way. Oh, let's see. Let's make a super powerful spell here. Go 99 fire. Actually, let's do, yeah, 99 lightning. And all the ice. Unicast. And then find something really good here. Here we go. Magitech core. Quint cast. Alright. Save that for the boss. Alright, off we go. Oh, wait. We can absorb some more here, I think. Just in case we want to. They really give you a lot of magic on this last level here. Oh. The Royal Monument. Here it is.
Not just amazing.
It's too bad this place has gone to ruin.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to get to this one. So, I don't know. Let's go automatically switch to that one. Let's go to this one. I'm sure we'll see plenty of sites along the way. We got a nice guy right there. A red giant. Oh, he got me. All right.
Maybe the King of Kings really is a magnificent city.
Off we go. What does your density have to be to hold the giant sword out in front of you and not fall over? That's a good question. Pretty high. It's a simple matter of weight ratios. Alright, this is where we need to go. Oh, there's a dragon to fight here. Alright, let's... Can I save? Apparently not. There we go. Alright, here we go. There's a Cerberus, a three-headed dog here. It's Fluffy!
Must be his old pet.
We can only hope it's fine. It's fine. We might back.
But we got a good thing going here.
Show me the power of teamwork.
They killed him.
Is it too late to ask Arden to call off his dog?
If you want to put Fluffy to sleep, you just play him a bit of music. I shouldn't have said that.
Marshal! Mind if this old soldier joins you? Not at all. Good. You may be down, but you're not out. Get ready for round 2. Let's finish it off. No holding back.
Alright, where's an elixir?
Pathetic.
Hang in there.
Let's see here. Potion, Prompto. Oh, I can do Armiger? Can I do it? I can't because I need a potion. There we go. Do a bunch of damage right now. Look at that. That just like took his whole health off. He's at 0 health. There we go. It's a big dog, not a dragon. Cerberus.
Marshal! Hey, you alright? Looks like even the immortal has his limits. I failed you, Highness. You haven't. It has been the highest honor to serve the 2 finest kings Lucis has ever known. My honor to have fought at your side, Marshal. Perhaps we'll meet again at daybreak.
There's like a chromatic aberration effect on the graphics I'm not crazy about though. And I'm not really sure how to turn it off. Is that maybe to turn the like texture filtering down to 0 or something?
Looks like there's no way past the wall.
Whoa!
There's way too many of them.
And no way out of this here.
Still, we can't just give up now.
It's the ghost of your dead girlfriend.
Gods above, hear my plea. Lend the chosen king your strength, that he may save our star from darkness blight.
The lady's words have reached the heavens. By the will of the oracle and the grace of the gods, a path for the king is made.
This is our Ramu. I never knew how to pronounce some of the names of the Eidolons in these games. Like, is it Rama? Ramu? I think it's Ramu. Shiva's obvious. It's a good little cutscene. This melodically sounds like the Dragonborn theme from Skyrim or Morrowind. Da 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 da. Which is itself really similar to Jupiter by Gustav Holst. I think Gustav Holst has got to be like the most ripped off composer of all time. This is Odin? Gotta have a nice climactic summon the gods moment. It's good. Kind of how like the frame rate dropped to like 30 and now it's like back at 60. You probably can't tell on your screen, but there's like a big, you know, to go to cutscenes and it drops the frame rate for some reason. And then when it's live rendered, it's like flawlessly like 60 FPS. This game runs great on the Steam Deck, by the way. I can attest to that. I played a lot of it on my vacation.
Rests with you now, my king.
Talk about divine intervention.
Oh, feels good to know the gods are fighting on our side.
They've trusted the future to you, Doctor. Yeah. You want to let it down now?
Good little ramp up the climax. And I think we can go rest over here before we go in. I don't know how much. Oh, yeah, there's like some. Yeah, get as much.
Catch some easier.
Son, it's a spot worth taking note of.
Get some more magic. Go in. Not sure how much XP I have right now. Too bad we can't like cook food.
It's been a long day. I say we call it a night.
What are your thoughts on Malcolm X? I see that his philosophies have been gaining influence in recent years. I don't have any like particular thoughts on Malcolm X. I wouldn't say like I share his philosophy at all, but you know. It's like he's stealing from a convenience store. And he like good. He's grabbing his butt. That's a good one. Alright. What's your overall opinion on this game? I like it. So far, I probably put it in the B category, like B tier. I don't think it's quite good enough for like S or A tier, but it's a game that really grew on me versus a game that like I liked right from the beginning. I feel that way about a lot of Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy 16 was a game I liked right from the beginning. I'll stream. I haven't finished that game, so I'll stream it more. I can only like do it at night because it's really like I can't play with my kids around. Are you ready? All right, let's save. All right. Played it when it launched and it felt pretty lackluster. This game really doesn't begin very strongly, in my opinion. I think it has one of the weakest beginnings. But the characters and the setting, they honestly do grow on you over time. One of my bigger criticisms about the overall structure. Like, it's just, some of the aesthetics are really beautiful. The aesthetics don't match with each other all that well, though. So, like, you know, it's hard to say, you know. Like, the modern and fantasy aesthetics, they just don't gel. They just don't gel well. But, like, this doesn't look bad. Anyway, my problem with the structure of the game is that most of the game is spent, like, driving around in your car doing MMO-like little quests with no real, like, you know, there's a tension between the desperation you're supposed to feel and, like, what you're actually doing, which is going on a road trip. You know, the map is big, but it feels small because of the car. And then you have this really strong separation between, like, the first two acts and then this. Like, you know, most of the game is spent, like, in that map driving around, and then you have this huge portion of the game that just happens after that that's actually really good. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Alright, we have a boss fight. Ifrit. He's just sitting on a throne. How do I fight him? This was the in media res beginning. It shows him at the beginning of the game doing this. So now we're finally back there. I will say this is a game, if you knew what you were doing, you could finish it in 20 hours, I bet. I didn't know what I was doing in it. Yeah, this was the beginning of the game. Rad. Oh yeah, there's a lot of fire there. Oh, I see. Yeah, we got to figure out how to avoid that fire. Oh, he's gonna eat me. He's gonna eat me. He's gonna eat me. Here comes the sword. My eyes are pink. That is a big sword. And everything drops to like 20 FPS. 60. Some weird things in the PC version here. 20 FPS. Really nice looking though. Like, some of the aesthetics I love. But like the mixture just doesn't gel. My pink eyes because I have hyphoric hemophilia.
So even that wasn't enough. It's time for the works.
Out of the frying pan? Dot, dot, dot.
We need to put this thing out.
See if I have. Let's see what we have here. Dual cast. Do I have like a Blizzard? Blizzara. Alright, do Blizzara. There we go. Oh, I wasted my magic. I didn't hit him. Ah, that's too bad. Ouch. He's like off the platform. Oh. He knocked me off the... There we go. Let's do a high potion. It's like in the water and it's not doing anything. Looks cool though. Potioning, I guess. There we go. Maybe put on some more magic. Let's see what I got here. It's pretty strong. We'll use it. Alright, where is he? Dead fire must burn no more. Taste again the chill wind of death. Trying to summon. I guess I have to summon Shiva here. There we go. Because you have to hold it down. What are your thoughts on The Last of Us Part 2? There's so much hate around that game. I never played it because it looked really bad. You know, and from what I saw of it, it was bad. It's surrounded by hot, cold babes. I watched your video on the issues of academia, and I definitely agree with your take on communism and Marxism. As a leftist, I notice that lots of leftists are gravitating towards Marxism. It's because, like, the left tends to move left. And the right tends to move left, too. You know, as the institution becomes more left, it just tends to just always go to the left. And so, yeah. I mean, the thing is like, once you start down a path of like, thinking about everything in egalitarian terms, then it's really easy to just think in Marxist terms as well. Just be like, okay, well, the problem is not, you know, simply equality, but, you know, a structural issue with people owning things, right? Like, because there's different outcomes, you know, you need to completely restructure society. You start to think in Marxist terms, but not just Marxist terms, utopian terms. And so the difference I noticed between leftists of yore and leftists today is a religiosity. So the leftists today are not practical about it. They're not like, well, we need welfare because people are hungry. It's like almost no one has a problem with food stamps, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, most Republicans aren't going to be like, oh, we're getting rid of food stamps. Like, okay, well, we'll keep the food stamps. Right? Like basic welfare stuff. But it becomes a structural thing instead. You have a religious belief that capitalism is bad, and therefore you're going to do what you can to execute that religious belief. And this is a point to make about like the supposed leftistness of Scandinavian governments. is that they're really capitalist countries. They're very capitalist, but they have really big welfare states, and their economic success within capitalism allows them to have large, robust welfare states. Problem Scandinavia has run into over the last 20 years is that immigrants do not operate the way the native population does when it comes to the way they consume and utilize the welfare benefits. So it starts to become disordered where, yeah, Marxism, you start to view it as like, well, this hasn't solved the problem and it's getting worse, so the problem must be like capitalism. When, I don't know, in the past, leftism tended to be a lot more practical about things. Even Fabian socialism is quite practical compared to full Marxist ideology where everything's about a struggle between the classes. Like, I didn't love Last of Us Part 1 because I thought it was a boring game. You know, there wasn't much game. Like, this game has a lot of cutscenes, but there's a lot of gameplay. And the gameplay is kind of interesting.
Wait till you see what we've got in store for you. I'm giddy with anticipation, but I'm afraid you've one more wall to break through first. The old wall. The kings of the old. Oh, I find it weird to watch those irrefined bones to tear each other apart.
Wow, this guy's kicking my butt here.
All in bullets.
Kind of cool how it slows down time for a second here. Drain him a little bit here. Fill our health here. I think this boss is mostly about dodging. You know? Prepare yourself, he says.
All in bullets.
The fierce.
Let's see if we finally start.
Let's see what he does here. Okay. Alright, couldn't get out of that one. Actually, we need an elixir. A little healing here. Or just let him hit us all at once. That works too. That's a good hit for 999. He's a cool boss. Oh, he's got a shield. We get through the shield. No. Press Blake to block incoming attacks. Okay. Alright, it's telling you how to beat it. Blocking attacks and taking damage increases Gladiolus's rage. Strikes will do more damage as his rage builds. Glaive Arts. When Gladiolus's valor is high... Oh, I get to be Gladiolus here. Okay, that's cool. You get to do like each guy here. That's a good little, you know, that's a good little switch up here. Switching guys. Forgive me, my mind was not my own.
You okay? Yeah. This shield's a little sturdier than it looks. We'd better keep moving. Come on.
It's a good little switch up. Alright, let's see here. Not sure where, I guess.
It's all lit up.
Guess he's expecting company.
He wants this as bad as we do.
Think the elevator's working?
Huh. Sure looks like it.
He is really taking us by the hand. He'll save our legs to walk up.
Alright, here's an item over here. What is it? Rune earring. That sounds cool. Let's see what that does. Alright, he gets a Tal's talisman. Flame breath cannon. Where is he? Friendship band. I want that. Rune earring. Actually, what did the angel earring do? All right, yeah, okay. All right. It's a nice foyer. What do you guys think? I think it's a pretty classy foyer here the king lives in. Very nice with the dark marble. Very kingly. I can't push the button, guys. All right, there you go. I get that people are upset about runaway capitalism. However, think they are miserable in a capitalist system, they'll be really struggling under a communist system. Yeah. Well,
room waits outside.
Yeah. And so does Arden.
Acting like he owns the place.
very popular thing to be,
All back.
you know,
Hands here.
engage in apologia for communism over the last 20 years, because I think a lot of people don't remember the Cold War. I notice it's a lot of people in their 30s who don't have a clear memory of the Cold War, or like any of the crimes of Stalin that got revealed, or how bad things were in the USSR or China. Or they look at China now and they're like, well, communism, you know, very few like Marxists will say, well, we should look at China. China's too capitalistic. Oh, this is cool. Boss rush here. Need an elixir here. Oh yeah, we do have poison here.
We must regroup.
Here, Noctis can heal us up. Alright, Ignis can heal us up. Too slow. Alright, where is she? Oh. I don't even know what's hitting me here. I'm just chugging potions. Oh. I popped this at the very worst time. Yeah. I have health enough, yeah. rocked here.
Sorry to break this up.
Oh, and now I'm Prompto. I don't know. What do I do to fire here? Oh, this is this fire? Alright, this fires apparently. Okay. I don't know how to do this character. Oh, I can ready your recoilless rifle by holding L, use R to aim, then press R to fire. Ready your grenade by holding R, use L to aim. Okay. Where is she?
Someone got a little lusty. 10 years without a sparring partner won't do that to you.
Ready your submachine gun. Alright. Apparently I got a lot of guns here.
For standing by him always. And now, it's my turn to stand by him.
Very dramatic. Very dramatic, I like it.
Chosen King, restore the light.
Take it easy. What kind of friend would I be if I took it easy when you're in trouble? Yeah, I'll be fine. Let's keep moving.
Alright. Where's our map? I'm guessing we're supposed to go this way. Just a guess. It's a nice little boss rush. What time is it? I might be out of time. May have to finish this like... I'm almost out of time. May have to finish it next week.
Guess we're in for one hell of a fight.
Gotta chug these elixirs here. Man. Elixir. Another elixir. Yeah, that did a little bit of damage.
We must regroup.
Alright. Ignis's spell daggers can be imbued with elemental properties. Okay. Frostbind. Stormbind. Okay. When you gain total clarity, your spell daggers perform differently depending on their elemental enchantment. They just like throw a bunch of mechanics in you for the second half of these bosses. It's bizarre. There we go. I thought he was blind in both eyes. But I guess he could see out of one eye now. Guten Tag. That screen is very white.
I get the feeling he's happy.
He's gone berserk. Brace yourself.
Get him up. Yeah, I can't even see what's going on here, so... Yeah, I can't even tell what's going on at all. Can I switch out, like, what Ignis has here? Regroup. Libra Elementia. Piercer. Oh, we're not doing snapshot. It's so funny that that was like a thing. Yeah. bosses are rocking me. Man, this guy's rocking me. I do not have enough Phoenix downs, apparently. Yeah, we keep using like max health a lot. Really, really annoying. Yeah, I can't even see what I'm doing in this fight to like avoid those attacks. You know? It's a little bit annoying. You know? Just run around in circles till it comes down. Yeah, I don't know what we need to be doing here. He like missed it because he like teleported away. I'm confused. I'm running out of elixirs here. Yeah, what am I doing here? Flying around. I can never get that block off. Like, no matter what I press, it doesn't happen. Clearly I needed more Phoenix downs. try this. Potion. I'm just like chugging potions because there's not really any other option. Just swinging at air. Yeah, a lot of JRPGs, there's too much going on screen to really tell. That was my problem with, what was that game? I actually liked it. I streamed it. High Elixir. Mega Elixir. So use it. We got some. I can just never get that block correct. It just is not happening. High potion. And a Prompto can hit him. All right, here we go. I think this is maybe the last phase here. There we go. Everybody has to work together. I'm gonna shoot him in the belly. Soundtrack's great though. Yeah, Tales of Arise. Thank you. That's it. Tales of Arise. It's like, what is going on? Like it's really hard to get your head around the combat if you have like all the characters. When you just have like 2 or 3, it's totally manageable. But once you get to like 4 or 5, it's bad. It's hard. It's like responding to a lot of button prompts. It's difficult. This one too, like you can never get the dodge right. I will say Final Fantasy XVI's action combat feels really good. It's like really good to time stuff. It's not that it's difficult, like it does require precision, but you're generally able to know when to do it because of how much better the camera is. You can really see what your opponent's doing really well. Like most of the fights happen like in Dark Souls in larger spaces where you can, you know, jump around your enemy and kind of see what's actually going on. So, very helpful. I think this is...
I always hated this when I was a kid.
Yeah?
all serious and sad.
It no doubt reminded him of
Yes.
the fate his son would come to bear.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, you can, this little Zen garden thing, you can read about, like, the world and stuff. There's, like, a little, I don't know what to call it.
Do the paintings of the prophecy still adorn the walls?
Yeah. Intact and amazing.
We'll witness firsthand whether their story comes true.
I'll make sure it does.
Alright, off we go.
Not much farther.
Well, shall we? Knocked?
Yeah, but hold on a sec. Prompto, can I see your photos?
Yeah.
I just need one to take with me.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, I think this is the last boss. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Tried to publish my book after years of dragging my feet. Your playlist doesn't seem to have a video on how to actually publish the book, like creating an account and submitting it. Oh, I probably don't have that, but I can do that.
Think of all the places we've been. All the shops along the way.
Always something new around every corner.
A shot of us in combat might be cool.
Gotta take one from our zany adventures.
It's just a bunch of blanks because they're on.
You sure cooked up a culinary cornucopia at camp.
Yeah, all the ones on my Steam Deck are just missing. That's hilarious.
And no car like the Regalia took us around the world and back.
Ah, yes. It wouldn't have been a road trip without her.
That's a good one. I don't think it matters which one you take. Ooh, that's a good one. I don't think it matters. I think, yeah, I don't. The black ones are from when I played on the Steam Deck. I'm pretty sure. Which I don't know. That's a good one. Yeah, look at all these.
I had a photo of everywhere we went. This'll do.
The camera can only hold so many pictures.
Yeah, it's a bunch of black ones because that's when it was broken down. Cindy. There's a good couple selfies. That's a good one.
I can't beat that. A shot of all four of us together.
Through it all, we and each other.
Then it's settled. That's the one? No backsies?
Yeah, I'll do a video on setting up an Amazon account and doing that kind of thing. The more complicated stuff, like if you have your blurb, you have your cover, you have your manuscript, you have everything you need. The only thing you have to add to that is keywords and categories. And that's not that big a deal because you can change them after the fact. So if you mess that part up, you can pretty much anything in the Amazon workflow, you can go back and change. Cover, manuscript, you can change everything. So if you mess it up, you can always change it later.
It seats only one.
Off my chair, Jester. The king sits there.
Oh, knocked. How I have waited for this. Longer than you could ever know. Tonight, the dreams of the blood royal
He's like your ancestor, I think. Something like that.
What did you do? They have no place in this. The Battle of Kings. Come, Noctis.
My bros. This might be it. I think I'll try to finish it up. You know? We'll go a little bit long today. We'll see if we can finish this game.
It ends now.
Run up this way. I mean, like, this room looks really cool. Like, a lot of the stuff actually does look cool. It's just, I feel like the road trip aesthetic in the city just doesn't gel as well. All right, here we go.
The once helpless and hapless prince, is he now ready to claim his crown? Don't let us down. Let the games begin.
No. Now they end.
So you are the chosen king, but you are a sad choice. Does it hurt? The pain is brutal and mortal. Do you like what I've done with the world? I twisted it all just for you.
See what gear I have here. Gear is locked. Okay. Okay. I have Quint Cast. 3. Yeah, that's what we want to use. Let's see if I can use some of that. Oh, I wasted it. I push in. They're not like fighting him on this thing, so let's get out of here. High potion.
Don't worry. It's far from over. Well, let's have it then. You and your crystal. Against all I have become. Power of light! Ah, a king at last!
This is kind of rad. Did I lose? That would be interesting. I died. Wow. Game over. You see the new Snow White cast? No. Give me a good chuckle. A few years ago I would have thought it spoof, but that's Hollywood for you. Let's see how much time I lost. It's kind of interesting that it used to give me the PlayStation button prompts, but then it stopped.
I always hated this room as a kid.
Yeah? Why's that? Not much farther.
Well, shall we? Not?
Yeah.
Is there a skip?
Hold on a sec. Prompto. Can I see your photos?
Yeah?
I just need one. To take with you.
I'm like having a flashback to like 1999, having to watch all the cutscenes again.
I get it. You can take whichever you like. Think of all the places we've been.
And choose
All the
that scene
shops
again.
along the way.
Always something new around every corner.
Can't be.
Then it's settled. That's the one? No backsies?
All right, we'll try to do this boss again.
Yeah.
Skip. Just go straight out and outside. Skip.
It ends now.
All right, let's go. Let's try this dude again. Here we go.
The once helpless and hapless prince returned until only one remains. So you are the chosen king, but you are a
think I'm actually doing worse this time. Which is fun. Now let's see if I can do this. Can I use oops. Can I use an elixir? Alright. Air dash. Defend. Can I use an elixir in the air? Alright. Alright. Trying to figure out how he telegraphs his attacks. Potion. Can't really see what's going on here. Maybe we'll do this. All right. I think we got it. And I didn't even have to use all my potions. Here come the gods.
The kings of yore are on hand, calling you forth.
Alright, what do we do here?
Yet when your father died, you were off playing with your friends. When your beloved died, you lay watching, powerless to stop it. You think 10 years is a long time? It is nothing to me. I have lived in darkness for ages.
What to do here? I lost all my like, and I can't seem to dodge anymore either. So okay. Just... It's okay. I got plenty of potions for a war of attrition. There we go. Some quick time events.
That is how you would end it.
I think we beat the game.
Now it is over, Majesty. What will you do? Banish the demons and bring peace? Erase me from history once more?
This time, you can rest in peace. Close your eyes. Forevermore.
I will await you in the beyond.
Beep boop boop, Steam achievement. So interrupt the cinematic moment with an achievement. You got a trophy. I actually really hate that in like on the PlayStation. Anytime you do something, you get a trophy, and it's like middle of like a nice drama moment. It's like you get a trophy. Congratulations.
So this is farewell.
Yeah. Here we are.
It's all you.
No turning back now.
Prompto. Gladio. Ignis. I leave it to you. Walk tall. My friends.
Godspeed. And take care. Majesty.
Here come the demons.
The time has come. chains looses. Come to me!
Just 4 bros in suits defeating evil demons.
Trust me.
All right. They're going to show us the result. Oh, there's Arden. I have to press buttons now. Yeah, I saw the trailer for Final Fantasy VI Tactics, which is a fan hack. Looked pretty fun. You know, it's like people should just make more games like Final Fantasy Tactics, you know? They should just make a new story. Like, I appreciate the hack. I think it's cool. I think it'd be a great exercise for someone starting out, but should take that creativity and push it into, like, just a new game that uses some of those systems that people love. I think that's a little bit better use of the time. Just my opinion.
Steady. Unbelievable.
They're pushing the car at the beginning.
We
We let ourselves get carried away.
favor?
What?
Fix this thing by yourself.
All by myself?
You won't even notice if we just let go.
Pronto? Don't even think about it.
Save some breath for pushing.
Ignis, come on, time to switch.
Nah, we just switched back there.
And it's my turn not.
His turn.
All right, that's the end of the game. We beat it. So, if you want my like immediate reactions and criticism, is like this final sacrifice was not really set up at all. So you really have to set it up to where like you know what is going to happen, right? Like why him dying was necessary, and we don't see quite the result. We don't see like the demons go away or anything like that. So that's really what we needed to see was like. Now because this song's on, I'm gonna lose the monetization on the stream. It's gonna make it all silent. That's great. For whatever reason, it's this song that messes up the monetization and everything on the stream. But I'll make a separate video on like my full review. But the story, like you could tell that, you know, there's a bunch of DLC for this that explains Arden and that explains like the other characters. And those probably needed to be folded into the entire game to like completely fill it out. This is a game you could play through fairly quickly if you knew what you were doing. It'd actually be one of the shorter modern Final Fantasy games, but you can end up spending a lot more time on it if you want to, if you enjoy it. But like the fact that there's no setup at the end really is like the conflict is often uncertain as to why Noctis has to go about doing all the things he's doing and what the end goal of all that is. You know, it's just not very clearly explained. They could do a better job with that. So that's like my big story criticism is that the conflict is a little bit uncertain. Motivations of Arden we don't really know them, and we don't know why Noctis has to die at the end.
Hard as I can.
You know, so those things are just not clearly explained. Gameplay overall is good. During times when it's very hectic, you can't really tell what's going on though, because the camera is too close in some ways to Noctis. It doesn't adapt well. The environments are a little cramped, so sometimes you just can't really see what you're doing, especially in some of the crazier boss fights where you need to be able to block or dodge out of a telegraphed attack, and you just can't do it because you can't see what's happening. But for the most part, the gameplay's fun, and the story ends up being engaging. It just feels like there's a lot of... they just kind of whiffed the exposition, and there's a lot of little missing pieces that would make the final conclusion make more sense. Yeah, it took longer to beat Final Fantasy VI because I only played it on stream, so I was only playing for like an hour at a time. This, I did all of the other side quests while I was on vacation, and then just did the final act on the stream. So there's a lot of stuff missing from the stream compared to Final Fantasy VI. Final Fantasy VI, I did every single moment is on stream. Same thing with Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII, I didn't play it at all off of stream, at all. But I did play Final Fantasy II off stream and 4 quite a bit. So those went by a lot quicker. So in general, you know, depending on how I chose to stream with the game, you know. But I wanted to stream all the games. I think it's good. So now, what have I streamed? I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I did the first 7. I did this one, 14. So 14 in this one. So I've done 9 of them, and I'll do 16 on stream. I'll finish it on stream at least. Oh, I missed that. Coleman.
just... Damn. What the hell is this so hard? So I've made my peace. Still, knowing this is it, and seeing you here now, it's more than I can take. Yeah, you're damn right it is.
Huh. You spit it out. That's good to hear.
It's a nice suit.
Well, what can I say?
Game's not dark at all. The environments are really bright most of the time.
Not the best.
Does have kind of a dark ending though. Also that. Yeah, this game you kind of have Arden as Kefka. It's very much like Final Fantasy VI to me, and I actually like the stuff that's like Final Fantasy VI. The world of ruin, the fact that he fails at first, and then that you have, you know, the crazy, super powerful god being of Arden. It's kind of like Kefka. You have to fight him at the end, but you can't really fix what's gone wrong. You could just stop it from getting worse, and that's the best you can hope for. You know, that was really interesting in Final Fantasy VI, I thought. Why Final Fantasy VI remains one of my favorite games of all time, for that reason, is that the story just takes a really interesting twist. Very different from what you'd normally get, you know? It's like a blasting soundtrack. It was a pretty epic game, though. Overall, I enjoyed it. I'd probably put it in the B or C range. You know, it's not bad. I think I certainly didn't give it a chance when it came out because I really didn't like the aesthetics. I was like, this is going to be dumb. I don't know. I just wasn't in the mood to play it. Playing it on stream was a lot more fun. It's also more fun to be able to play it, you know, with the graphics really cranked. It ran like crap on the PS4. That's another thing, is like the PS4 version, it's fine if you have a PS5 or a PS4 Pro to play it on. Actually, I don't know if it does boost with the Pro, but with the PS5, it's definitely very playable. But if you have a good high-end PC, it actually shows the graphical fidelity of the game in a much better way. So yeah, I ended up enjoying the game. The characters ended up growing on me. The style of the game ended up really growing on me over time. You know, like the hanging, you know, road trip with your bros and camping with the Coleman lanterns and stuff. I guess we get another final cutscene. Wonderful soundtrack, really great soundtrack. I love that you could buy all of the previous game soundtracks and listen to them as you drove around. I thought that was a really cool addition. so that you don't get bored of the soundtrack. You know, you because there's a lot of just driving around, so you can listen to Final Fantasy 3 or listen to Final Fantasy 13 soundtrack, which I think is actually the best Final Fantasy soundtrack. This one was very good. It was actually very impressive. Or I guess if you included all of the music of Final Fantasy 14, that one's probably the best. It's very good. Oh, now I think we get to see like the world reborn with no demons. It really is like going around a road trip of like Southern California. You know, like there's the bridge over the Colorado River. Going from California to Arizona. Somnia is clearly LA, but with way better. Looks better. Awesome.
You did well to deliver the ring to Noctis. Wayward, though my son may indeed be, he has made me proud. May you too know happiness.
Oh, that's the picture we picked. This is bros. Now, I don't know how this is happening. Did it, like, undo history or what? It, like, undid the bad things. Yeah, I think I heard that story too. They were going to end Final Fantasy VI before World of Ruin, but they had extra time. I think it makes the game so much better. That extra act just makes such a big difference to like the impact of the game and how epic it felt. Oh, that's the art. Did his awful facial hair. I love you guys. Oh, that's great. And then they add the other side in there. It's very very poetic. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
Finn, that's the end. We watched all the cutscenes. Like a whole extra hour of cutscenes. Congratulations on completing the game. View your certificate of completion. I get a certificate for beating this game from the archives. Then share the record of your success with all your friends. Well, I get to share it with all of you. All right. Took me 38 hours to beat. I could have done it in probably 25. But I spent a bunch of hours while I was on vacation just kind of like doing all the little side quests because I was bored in a hotel room, you know. Oh, I could still save some more. Oh, you can look at all the photos. I didn't even fill them out, you know. There's my certificate of completion, guys. Print screen. Save completion data. Load this file to begin play outside the Citadel. You can also return to the past and explore Lucis. Where are we going to save it? Let's go here. Cure for insomnia. There we go. All right. I think that's it. Oh, we get a different like opening splash screen here. Well, that's cool. We don't have the moon because it's not night. We brought back the day. Chapter select and do downloadable content. Episode Arden. This takes place, I think, in the distant past. Figure out why Prompto is like a created being. Well, that is really cool. All right. I think that's it for me today, though. I've gone way over. And I'm not even going to click the special gift from Twitch Prime. I'm not even going to... New Game Plus. We get New Game Plus, but I'm not going to do that. So. Anyway, guys. Thanks for hanging out and playing this game with me. Chatting. Somebody asked if we'll see another 9/11. There's terrorist attacks every day. Could we see one on American soil? I think so. The question is, will there be? I don't know. I can't tell the future. You know, the political situation in the world may change to where that kind of consideration is moot. Yeah. All right. That's it, folks. I'll see you all next time. Have a great, great day. Don't forget to hop on my mailing list, dvspress.com/free-gift or /list, either one. If you want a free book, it's going to be a free-book. I'll just plug that in for you guys. And get a free... I think it's Demon Ex Machina is the free book this year. I got some new stuff coming out. Working hard to try to finish that up before summer ends. I have so many like half-finished projects that I need to put out. I've just been falling behind so many things, you know. Sometimes life just really, a bunch of things pop up and you can't get things done. No big deal. That's how it is. So anyway, I will see you all next time. Have a great, great day.